I taught at an all-male maximum security prison when I was a senior in college. I taught music theory. They offered a music theory class as part of the Cornell Prison Education Program. I loved teaching there. It was an incredibly transformative experience. And there was one inmate in particular, Gherald, who basically changed my life. I mean, he basically had this amazing advice that he gave me. And I wish he knew the impact that he had on me. Gherald wanted to write music. He was in the choir in the prison, and he also wanted to write rap. And he had sort of been writing lyrics, but he didn't know how to notate his rhythms. And so that is why he signed up for this course. A lot of these men, they didn't want to just listen to music, they really wanted to understand it. And that was the other kind of mind-boggling thing to me, which was, why do these men want to study music theory? I don't want to study music theory. But they really, thrived in this environment. And you could tell that they felt like they lived in this sort of other world when they were there. Like they were not in prison when they were in this class with us. So the advice that Gherald gave me, it was on the very last day of class. And, they knew I was a composer, and they had kind of been begging me to bring in my own music. And I was really hesitant to do so. First of all, that's not what the class was about. But also I was so nervous just to kind of share my voice with them. I just didn't see how they were going to understand it or access it. I thought maybe, I was also filled with doubt about my own music and whether it would be meaningful to anyone, let alone men who had lived behind bars for 30 years. And it was in a contemporary classical style. It was perhaps more atonal than my music now, just a lot more chromatic and dissonant than my style has evolved into. But I brought in this piece. It was called "He Disappeared into Complete Silence," and it was a song cycle. And I remember playing the piece for them. It was about 15 minutes long. And some of them, looked very noticeably bored. I mean, they never hid how they were feeling. But there were a handful of them who were into it and were following along and reading along in the score. And afterwards there was this silence, and they looked at me, and I said, I want to know, does this music mean anything to you? I'm so aware that classical music is just this niche little area of expression that not a lot of people relate to. And does my music mean anything? Does it resonate to you? Does it move you in any way? And I knew they would say no if they felt that way, because they were very honest. But when I asked that question, I felt so vulnerable. And Gherald spoke up. Basically, there was another pause. No one said anything. I was just kind of sitting there. And Gherald said, "Julia, all you have to do is write the music you love. As long as you love the music that you write, other people will love it too. Because I can tell when I hear your music that it fills you with such joy and inspiration to write, and that you have so much fun writing. And that makes me have fun when I listen to it. I feel that joy that you felt when you were writing." And in a way, that moment really kind of set me free. It really made me embrace my voice and just know that it's okay to just write the music you love and write the music you hear, and not worry about how other people will feel it, and just know that you have to be true to yourself and you have to be authentic in your expression. And if you communicate that kind of authenticity and passion, that will come through. I really do believe that. So thank you, Gherald, wherever you are, and thanks everyone for listening.